Well, I mean, the board was very clear, obviously, and the guys had quite a distinct idea of what they wanted to get out of the board. I think, if anything, their vision for the board was less clear than what they wanted from the result from the board. So what our treatment was mainly centered around giving a lot of depth and layers to each one of the scenes. So we brought as much relevance, political relevance and nuance to each one of the scenes. Things like adding the golden gun to Gaddafi, making sure that the wardrobe for P.W. Botha's hat was specific to the time, making sure that certain characters fitted within the scenarios, making Saddam be the sand angel guy as opposed to someone else. So we just really shuffled things around. We shuffled some of the ideas around to make it more politically relevant. And then we also added a couple scenarios like the karaoke, or just little nuances that we could play with, so that the ad would be less a one watch and more a layered, enjoyable, entertaining ad you could constantly watch over and over again. And the treatment I proposed to them was to make sure that there was a sympathetic approach to the, I don't know if I should call the last dictator. To me, the last dictator had to be sympathized with, which is something they didn't really think about in the beginning. I wanted him to be someone that people felt sorry for and emotionally connect with, which I thought bringing about some sense of mixed emotions would make the ad more controversial. The production team was amazing. We put this ad together in 6 working days. We had a cast, create wardrobe, find locations, style, hair, makeup, whatever we needed within 6 days. And it was sleepless nights, but it was amazing. The casting team from G-Stop were unreal. They put the cast together in less than 6 days, obviously. Production team, hair and makeup, Pierre Vennings, who did the wardrobe, built authentic military costumes and costumes within 4 days. The guys were just incredible, and from a production team point of view, it was flawless. I shot that down the road from City Hall. I knew a place where there was some abandoned buildings and a bit of a, I guess I could call it East African looking landscape, and we shot it at about 6 o'clock in the morning on the back of a bakkie. It's all just composited bizarrely together. The fact that we did it in 6 days allowed nobody time to question it, even ourselves, so you don't even get the moments of doubt, because you don't have a second to actually question yourself. And I'm glad we didn't have the time, because it worked. It is a mashup of a bunch of films and a bunch of references that I've remembered as a child. The look for me, like I said, had to be sympathetic on the bookends of the ad. So it was supposed to be very dour and very sad and very lonely. And it reminded me, I said it had to be reminiscent of Sunday nights in a family home when you just know that work's coming. So it had to be very down. And the whole idea of the romantic montage, which is not a new thing in film, it's been around forever. I went back to the real beginnings of like early film, where you see those montages playing out without irony. So the misty lenses and the softness in the whites, which is a very old film look and a very saturated, overwrought film ideal, came out of like really old school movies. Well, the most amazing thing is to be 2 weeks down and to have over 1.5 million hits on YouTube, which is unreal. The attention has just mainly been around the brand, obviously, which has been perfect. On my side, I've been getting a lot of prank calls from people all over the place warning me about my trip to Zimbabwe, and I mean, it's all been fun and games, and it's just really been about people taking, I shouldn't say taking the piss, but taking the piss out of me and my relationship with the Zimbabwean president.